Commandment 9. Whew, okay. We're going to struggle with this one, Eric.
This is my favorite one. Let's go.
We're going to struggle keeping it to 5 minutes here. Okay. I will speak well of their coaches. Even when I disagree, I'll model respect. The way I talk about authority shapes how they handle adversity. Go.
So this exact
Leave me time, please.
This exact scenario. I'm just going to tell the scenario. This exact scenario happened. We had a parent that was not happy with one of the coaches in our organization, and they started talking poorly about that coach to other parents and to their own kid. And then when their kid showed up to play for that organization, it was like you could tell that they did not respect the coach. And so, one, I don't care if you disagree, change teams. Change teams. If you disagree and you cannot keep your mouth shut, or you disagree and you cannot talk to another adult human being the coach, if those two things can't happen, change teams. Do not stay on the team and complain. And do not stay on the team and complain to other parents. Do not stay on the team and complain to your own kid. Period.
We had a situation last fall, and I've shared on here, where my daughter had a bad experience with a coach. And we spent a lot of time talking about the experience. But I specifically made sure to talk about what was happening with respect towards the coach. Because though I disagreed with her methods, she was still the authority figure. And if I was disparaging her, then my daughter would have a different opinion of her. And I mean, she's right over here, I could ask, but I think the way we handled that, because we separated the actions from the person, taught her that people can still be people and do things we disagree with. Mm-hmm. And maybe she can't articulate that at 10 years old right now, but that's the goal. Like, we might disagree with the actions and the decisions people make, but that doesn't make them bad people. We just disagree. We have different approaches. And how we model that to our kids is how they're going to approach people they disagree with in the future. If we sit around and talk negatively about not just the decisions, but the person, whether it's other parents or whether it's like, there are plenty of parents who I don't agree with how they're doing things, but I'm never going to say a negative word about that person in front of my kids, because A, they're not old enough to understand the nuance, but B, what I do in moderation, they're going to do in excess. So my criticism is what will give them permission to criticize even more. And they're not going to have the filter that I have as a grown man. They're still kids. So if I want to model respect, especially respect of authority, how I speak about their coaches matters. And that doesn't mean that I have to glaze their coaches and talk great about them. It just means I don't say negative things about them.
Right.
Like I can say I disagree with an action, and with some kids shouldn't even say that because they can't handle that.
Right.
As like if you're having high school age kids, you guys can have conversations that maybe we disagree, but hey, they're still the coach, so we still got to respect them in that decision. If it's a third grader, you probably don't say that because, again, the difference in ages.
No. And there's a piece of it too, is like, if you don't, let's go at it this way. If I disagree with something that's a fundamental or a way about, what I can do with my kid is I could say, hey, that's great. I'm glad coach taught you that. Here's another way of doing it. You're not saying right or wrong, right? You're just saying, here's another way of doing it. Like, we had a coach that he was trying to teach our first baseman that they could put their feet on the side of the base, not heels on the base. It's like, technically, no, you should not do that. And so my coaching was, hey, here's another way to do that that'll get you even more distance, in your stretch. Now, if you can't figure out why the coach is telling them to do the thing you disagree with, be an adult and ask, hey, I'm really interested on this particular thing. Can you tell me a little bit about your perspective here in a respectful way? And because maybe it opens up your mind to the possibility that you could be wrong, or they could have a different way or a better way. And if you're leading with positive intent, you're saying, okay, I assume the best, then these sorts of negative things won't happen, because there's nothing good that will come from your negativity and disparaging other adults on the team.
Because our kids are going to face authority at some point that they disagree with and that they have problems with. And if we can teach them the proper way to approach that at young ages and model that for them, even when they don't realize we're modeling it, then again, we're setting them up for future them, adult them, instead, and using sport for training for life as opposed to focusing on the here and the now. If we can have that long-term approach, like every single thing I do now, that was one of the 10 commandments of healthy sports parenting. If you want to watch them all together in the full episode, that link is down in the show notes below. The next season of the Healthy Sports Parents podcast starts August 13th. If you want that, make sure you subscribe here or on your favorite podcast platform. If you want daily videos with different topics, make sure to follow us on social at Healthy Sports Parents. We put out a new video every single day. Most of all, enjoy watching your kids play the sport they love. We'll see you soon.